We've covered him a lot. I mean, that reporter that ticked him off must be one of the biggest jerks of all time. Typical New York media, right?
That's right.
About that. I actually know the reporter in question. His name, Pat Pickens. He's a sports writer for the AP and was my former college roommate. He joins us live right now on Big 12 Sports Saturday. Pat, you really did this time, man. What were you thinking? I mean, it's one thing to misspell everything in the Sacred Heart University newspaper, but how the heck did you pee off one of the nicest, most likable superstars in all of sports?
It's hard to say, really, because I was just standing there in the scrum with a bunch of beat writers after the game was over, and Giannis was going on. It really took the Bucks to task because I irate, and I just happened to sigh, completely subconsciously sighed, and he stared me straight in the eye, dead straight in the eye. And like I said, I bared into my soul. I felt his eyes like crawling down my eyes and into my soul. But I've covered the Bucks a few times in New York. He's one of the more thoughtful guys. I love interviewing him. I love being in scrums with him because I always learn something. I always hear great thoughts. But it was weird. It was very weird, and I don't love being the story. But this is watching it all unfold on social media was kind of crazy as well.
Patrick, have you ever been through something like that before in your professional career? And yes, I'm using Patrick because I'm still upset that you hurt Giannis's feelings.
No, I can't. I mean, not to this scale by any means. You write columns, you write articles through the years that anger teams, that anger PR people, that anger fans. You get under their skin a little bit, but never arguably the biggest superstar in the entire sport, and certainly. The fan base, following the fan base is like, who is he talking to? Who done it? Who is he angry at? Who is he calling out? I saw Bobby Portis being called out. I saw it was Pat Connaughton, and unfortunately, it was just me.
You weren't about to leave the scrum, were you, Pat? I mean, he said you could leave, and you did stay and hold your ground, right?
I did, yeah. Honestly, I didn't know who he was talking to at first. I saw him looking at me. And there was, so I thought there might have been somebody behind me who did something. And then I realized, no, he was staring right at me. He was looking, like I said, deep into my soul. And but I didn't move. I didn't say anything. I didn't react at all. And again, it took me till the end of the interview, which was another couple of minutes, I think, until I had to ask a couple of the Bucks beat writers. I said, he was talking to me? Is that right? Because I don't want to assume anything. And but unfortunately, he was talking to me.
Yeah, I talked to Eric and I talked to Jim. I'm like, what was Giannis doing? Who was he talking to? And they're like, oh, some dumb New York beat writer. Didn't know what he was doing. Pat, first off, what did you even do?
Like I said, it was a matter of, standing in the scrum. It was pretty late at night. I think it was, about 11 o'clock Eastern time. And, not that that's any excuse. Like I said, I was just sort of lost in my own thoughts. I had my tape recorder out recording every word he said. And I have this thing where I just sort of subconsciously sigh, I guess, at times. Just sort of I couldn't even, but I didn't even realize I did it. But apparently, and he was coming after everybody. He was taking issue with the team, and apparently it just happened to hit at the exact wrong time, and he picked up on it, and it took me to task for it. So, it probably won't stop me from sighing in the future, but I definitely was aware of how I was breathing for the remainder of the interview, that he was, just so I wasn't going to anger him anymore.
One of my favorite things is one of our good friends who works at the WWE now, Steve Conoscente, was reminding me of things. I want you to give us the side because I remember every time we'd be in college having a laugh or two. At the end, you're not even good, Pat, and you go, give us the side. Give us the side.
The sigh. It wasn't a full blown. It was more of a. So like I said, just more like I was trying not to disturb anybody, and again, it was something that I wasn't even aware of until he called me out for it. So, and again, to follow the whole thing on social media and to get all these messages from friends and to be like, yeah, that was me who did that, and cause. I didn't mean to cause. I apologize to the city of Milwaukee because I had no intent of trying to break the Bucks up. I have no desire to do that. I love watching Giannis. I love covering him. That team is really fun. It's great to be around him. Again, I find Giannis super thoughtful. I think he's one of the great quotes and obviously one of the best players in the sport. So I apologize for what I started and for being the culprit in Cygate here.
And Pat, before we let you go, Kano, our buddy, sent me a couple of headlines that we should be using for this this fiasco that you caused. I want you to pick your best out of these three: the big sigh in NY, the exhale on 8th, or the scrum dum dum.
I'm gonna say the big sigh.
That's what I thought too.
Hang on, Pat. Everybody wants to know. We'll let you save face here. How was Dario as a roommate on a scale of 1 to 10? Did he do his dishes? Did he clean up?
No one wants to know this.
He was terrible. He was awful, so bad. But he's cleaned up nicely, and I'm glad to see he's flourishing. And honestly, when this whole thing was blowing up, and I saw stories being written, he was the first person I reached out to be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to come clean on Twitter. I didn't want to, make myself center of attention, but I just said, yeah, that was me. And so it was. We're getting a good laugh out of this. We're sharing some old memories. And I'm a little embarrassed, but it's also good fun. And I hope you guys are. I hope this again. I really hope this city's not taking it that seriously. And unless it propels them to a 15-game win streak, in which case I'll take all the credit. Then
you can take all the credit. No, I think you just caught Giannis on a bad night. The Bucks obviously not off to the start they want, but Pat, cannot thank you enough for letting me know that my former roommate was the one that caused this entire fiasco. Look, I know you flew up to Cancun. You're trying to get away from the press because you're a little embarrassed. So have fun with the wife on vacation, my friend.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the time, and this was really fun. Thanks, Dave.
Awesome, Pat. Talk to you later, man.